As soon as you're done with this video, you can find the best price on the web on a Gibson Flying V at the Backdoor Best Price Hotlink, which is just below the video in the description right there. Hey everyone, today I've got an overview of the Gibson Flying V, and there's several different models. So first I'm going to show you what kind of options you have. There's the main Flying V, and this is the 1968 version. This is probably the one you're going to want. It's fully featured, and it's got everything you want. It's top class, and we're talking in white, heritage cherry, or ebony, and this is a glossy finish. But there are other options. There's also, that's the classic model, and like I said, that's probably the one you want. It's worth every penny, but there are some other options. Two at least. There's the worn satin finish, and this one's a little different. It's a few hundred less than the standard above, but it's generally lower quality woods on the worn finishes, a simple finish and lesser appointments. I've heard Gibson for the worn guitars generally, and this is not some huge crime, it's just why they make them cheaper. Generally they'll stack a bunch of their scrap wood together, and it's not scrap like should be thrown in a fire. It's just not a complete width of the guitar. So the Flying V is a pretty wide slab of wood, and usually guitars are cut, I mean they're not cut, but usually they're two pieces glued together, generally. But this one, with the worn, could be three or four, who knows. I've heard up to five, rumor, but I've heard sometimes you just kind of get one. From what I understand, they just glue all their scraps together, cut them into slices about the thickness they need, and then cut the thing out of this, big, wide thing that could end up with five pieces or just one. You don't know. But it's a great instrument, but, these are not that much more, and this will be quite a bit better, and it's a lot classier. There's another option, and this is for, I have to say, this is for kind of a completely different purpose. However, there is a way to get a Gibson Flying V for much cheaper, and that is it's a Melody Maker model. This thing has one pickup. It's not even made of mahogany. It's not even the same woods. It's going to sound completely different, but I will say people have a lot of fun with this. I mean, all the reviews I say, yes, it's reasonably cheap. It is USA made, by the way. That's not common at this price range. Very uncommon. That's one of the cheapest guitars you can get at the USA made. In fact, I can't say that I, in my head, know anything less than $50 less than that. So that's a good price for a USA made guitar. But it is a Flying V. It is a Gibson, but it's just not at all the same instrument as these up here. I've heard the pickups are pretty cheap, but they still sound good, and it's just got none of the class or panache of these other models. So let's take a look at these things. I'll go over a few of the really unique features, and then we'll take a look at some reviews. So first of all, it's got hot pickups. 500T, that's hot, and I've played that one. It's a good pickup. Let's see what kind of, oh, they don't even have any details on this page. Okay. Let's go straight to the reviews. As we know, I can go over this a little bit. I've got one of these. One thing is, you can sit and play with the Flying V in a completely different way than you can sit and play with most guitars, and it's quite comfortable. You stick your knee, let's see, I'm right-handed, and I play typical right-handed. So I stick my, let's see, I'm getting this straight, my left knee underneath this thing, right in the crotch right there. And it angles the neck up much steeper, but it's really easy to get to that way. And you play at a completely different angle, but it's quite comfortable. They used to put a little strip of frictional rubber here on the side of the old Gibson Flying Vs so that theoretically people could play them in the same angle, but they stopped doing that because no one really did that anyway. So great pickups. That's a cool feature. This isn't as, quote, like classy as, say, I don't know, it is classy, but it's not as, I don't know what the right word is, because the Les Paul Custom is a much nicer guitar in a lot of ways, but it's nothing like this. Because, like, for example, the fret markers on many of the Les Pauls, which are many much more expensive. There's, trapezoidal inlays, and that's kind of nice, but nothing's perfect, and we know that when we're doing these overviews. Let's take a look at these reviews. See what people had to say. This is at harmonycentral.com, by the way. This guitar leaves everything else in the dust. Yeah, it is worth it. Sound is incredible. Dislikes, none. I've been playing guitar, this guy has, since 1975 to 1976, and I've never heard a more powerful and strong sound as with the V67. For my music, he plays metal, the sound is perfect. Huge metal tones from the 500T at the bridge. Like I was saying, it's a hot pickup. This guy has apparently been around the world on tours with the previous owner, and it's still going strong. He's going to depend on it for years to come. And overall, he's over the moon with this guitar. Always wanted a V from when he started playing, and he's ecstatic. He's finally got one. They are really cool. If you get a white one, you often get the ebony fretboard. It's not a random thing, but it just depends on the year model you get. And electronics include, let's see. Oh, this guitar feels rock solid and trustworthy. And I'm happy with the purchase of this guitar for all the reasons I chose it over the Les Pauls. So as you can see, if you're on the fence, people love this thing. So I'd say pull the trigger and go for it, because if you've seen it, it comes highly recommended by everybody. And really, if you want the best price, just click on the link below like I was saying earlier. That points you right to the best price. You've seen the review, you've seen what everyone else has to say. So I'd say get it now, get it over with. Spend the rest of the day watching a movie or playing guitar. Heck, play guitar. Instead of shopping online, go play guitar. And you'll be happier playing guitar, and you aren't going to find a better price than that anywhere else on the web. So go to the backdoor best price Hotlink right now.